Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 19th of June 2025. So stocks pump and dump as Powell pessimism trumps Iran optimism. The new narrative, lack of tariff inflation, is transitory. We've heard that before, haven't we, with regards to COVID and choppy trade with FOMC out of the way and focus back on Israel. So yeah, now that's out of the way, of course, it's going to move back to geopolitical news. Markets see two-way action as the Fed and Middle East all dominate the tape. And stupid Powell does not cut rates as expected despite diminished uncertainty. Worse stagflation, a growing fear of stagflation and the hawkish shift in 2025 rate outcomes. And then finally, Trump slams stupid Powell. I think he hates me. I call him every name in the book to try and get him to cut rates. I mean, that's just puerile and childish, isn't it? There are no words. So let's move on and have a look at what we've got out for today. We've got the UK monetary policy, and we can see that the official bank rate is to stay on, or forecast to stay on hold, despite yesterday's inflation, which came out a bit softer than forecast. I did have the headline for that actually, but it seems to have disappeared. But yes, UK inflation yesterday was down, and that was good news for the government, of course. Actually, I've just found it. There we go. Inflation slows to 3.4%, but no Bank of England rate cut expected for today. Right, let's have a look at the markets then and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, the market down yesterday on the Fed's decision to leave rates unchanged. Overnight we've moved lower, but now coming back. The news is going to be dominated, or the moves are going to be dominated by obviously geopolitical events and whether Trump actually goes to war with Iran. He says in today's headline that he doesn't know if he will or he won't, so he's just keeping people guessing at the moment. That's about right for Trump. So yesterday the market's sort of building up a sideways move there, a bit of support at the 50 EMA for the Dow. In the 30-minute chart, the market did absolutely nothing, and then we had the cash market open, move higher, and then of course when Powell announced there was no change, and then the press conference, the market moved lower, found a bit of support overnight, and we're back above yesterday's low, which is a positive there. In the German DAX, again, we've got this downtrend. The previous day's highs are not being taken out at the moment, but we are starting to consolidate. We need to get back above the 50 EMA in the German DAX, which is the blue line there. But at the moment, we've got a bit of demand, and of course, we're oversold as well. So there's a chance that we could start to see prices moving back. Again, you're going to see a surprise shock to the downside if Trump does pull the trigger, as it were, and goes to war with Iran and joins with Israel. Hopefully not, but I suspect I'm going to be wrong on that one. So yesterday the DAX moving higher, it then went and sold off the gains that it had made, and then basically ended up down at the low of yesterday. The low that was made on the overnight, by the looks of things. Just trying to see how... Oh no, this is the low of yesterday, yeah. Of course it is. So the market finding support there, trying to move back. It needs to get above the close, the 20-bar moving average, the 50 EMA and the DP. But like I say, this is going to depend on what happens in the next 24 hours with regard to Trump and Iran. In the S&P, we're still stuck in a sideways move. Market's choppy. 30 minutes, again, you can see we were sideways. The cash market moving higher, and then Powell, and then the press conference back above the low. Exactly the same picture as we've seen in the Dow. In the UK, market sideways, doing absolutely nothing. No change in rates today. Inflation was better than forecast, and the market was just choppy. As we head in towards the summer as well, apart from the Iran conflict, we also have obviously the summer holes fast approaching, when the markets do become a lot quieter as well. So in the US dollar, this has been moving higher. As I said earlier in the week, when you've got war, the market loves the dollar despite how much it's devalued in the last 50 years. It doesn't matter. It's still the currency of choice out of all of the bad ones. This is the least bad. So price is sideways to higher there. Let's have a look at the metals for yesterday and its reaction to Powell keeping rates unchanged. So in silver, not so good. Market down, back below 37 for yesterday, also back below the 36.88, but trying to hold above the 5-bar moving average there at the moment. In the 30-minute chart, so you can see we were sitting sideways, LBMA smacked the market down, and then Powell into the evening as well. Well, you can see the buying coming in and the market trying to move back to the upside above the 200 MA there as well, and the momentum just trying to shift back to the upside there. In the gold market, also sideways, but also sideways making lower highs, so a bit of weakness there at the moment. Again, prices need to stay above the 20-bar moving average there. In the 30-minute chart, you can see the result of rates remaining unchanged. We need the rates to be cut for gold to move to the upside. But at the moment, it's not the case at all. But overnight, price is sitting around the close. And obviously, if we have further escalation in the Middle East, we're going to see the gold price move back to the upside as well. So let's have a quick look at the gold-silver ratio for yesterday. So in the gold-silver ratio, we're starting to move back to the upside. As I mentioned yesterday, we've got a 78-89% retracement there, so we're seeing another bit of a dead cat bounce in the gold-silver ratio there. Let's have a quick look at yesterday's market activity, which was quite volatile at times, but also sideways because of the market waiting for the FOMC meeting minutes. So in the pre-market session yesterday, we see the prices moving higher, and then we got into a sideways move. We started with a potential buy. That soon ended as prices moved back and took out the stop. But as I said yesterday, you can expect a bit of this on the FOMC meeting minute days and the NFP numbers. Market becoming really sideways, and then prices moving to the upside. We had a potential buy signal, but unfortunately that wasn't filled. Prices moved lower, hitting the 50 EMA, and then took off, which is a shame because then prices moved up quite nicely before they reversed and then moved back. And like I say, this is just indicative of a day, morning, etc. Whilst we've got the geopolitical events in Iran and the uncertainty there, we've also got the market waiting to see if rates were going to be cut. And in the afternoon, prices moving slightly lower there, despite the Dow moving higher along with the S&P. And then we got into another sideways move where we had a potential buy that was filled. Market couldn't get above the 50 EMA and then just traded sideways to lower. And then all of a sudden, bang, the market swings to the upside following the successful short trade before you can see the buying switch there. And then prices move higher up through the 200 MA as well, which is always a positive, but then come back. And then it seems to hold there until we get into the evening with the FOMC minutes. So drifting lower, as no buyers around, so you can see there. And all the way through, just up and down in a sort of lower highs range there. Quick look at where we are overnight, and we can see they're not doing a lot at all. Let's just squeeze the chart up. We're a long way off yesterday's high. It's 100, 200 points, and mainly the market is just sideways to lower there. The 200 MA is above as well at the moment, and the close. So don't be at all surprised to see a retest of yesterday's low. Right, well, that will do it for this one. Enjoy the sunshine whilst we've got it, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.